Hello and good morning, afternoon or evening to all of our viewers, wherever you're joining us from today. My name is Ben Hillary, Managing Director and Founder of Commodities People, and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined today by Judy van Huikelum, Lisa Sim and Tariq Salaria from Women in Mining and Resources Singapore, better known as WIMAR. For their day jobs, they also hold a range of senior roles across the resources and innovation sector. Now, this is a particularly special conversation for me. WIMAR and Commodities People have been partners for 3 years now, a collaboration that's grown alongside the evolving landscape of the commodities sector. This year, that partnership culminates in a truly high-profile workshop themed around one of the most transformative forces of our time, the intersection of AI and the physical world. Over the next 15 minutes or so, we are going to explore how GenAI is rewriting the rules of the resources sector, the hidden minerals that power our digital electrons, and how we ensure a diverse talent pool is leading this charge. So, Judy, Lisa, Tariq, a very warm welcome. It's great to have you with us.
Pleasure, thank you.
So, kicking off then, could you start by briefly introducing yourselves and giving us an overview of WIMAR's core mission and its key focus areas for supporting professionals across natural resources sectors? Maybe if we start with you, Tariq, and then Lisa, and then Judy.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Ben. Yeah. So my name is Tariq Salaria. I work with BHP in the sales and marketing function, based in Singapore. What that involves is essentially coordinating, working closely with our copper assets and our global copper customers. I've been involved with WIMAR for the past 10 years, and luckily enough, I hold a board position at the moment for representing BHP in WIMAR, but I also work very closely with the team here on the call in the innovations work stream.
Nice.
Hi, my name's Lisa Sim. I am the head of marketing for a cybersecurity company actually called Palo Alto Networks. Myself, through my 30-odd year career, I've been heavily involved in inclusion and diversity causes, and it's an absolute privilege actually to step outside of my industry and into the mining and resourcing area. And to support the efforts that they have in heightening diversity and including female participation in their industry. I've been a part of the WIMAR Singapore chapter for, I think nearly 2 years now, actually, and working closely with Tariq and Judy in the innovation work stream.
Excellent.
All right, and I'm Judy van Huikelum, also working here at BHP in a global commercial operations. I'm mostly focusing on order to cash transformation of our sales operations, maritime, as well as contract and risk. And alongside that, as you mentioned, a long time with WIMAR, also been a decade. and well, last few years, it's been the innovation work stream co-leading that. And maybe let me also cover the mission of WIMAR and what we try to achieve and how. So WIMAR's core mission is really to advance, connect, and develop professionals across the natural resources like ecosystem, mostly in Singapore. And it's indeed a strong emphasis on diversity, not only gender diversity, but also diversity of thinking, experiences, leadership styles, think quite broadly here. And our focus areas are really threefold. So I would say first thing is professional development. So particularly women navigating quite technical, complex, traditionally male-dominated sectors like ours. That is really supporting them. Then second thing would be around industry relevance. So we try to ensure that our members are really exposed to real shifts shaping the industry. Things like digitalization, decarbonization, geopolitics, recently GenAI coming into the picture. Never a dull moment, I would say. And then the third thing around the leadership and influence. So we are here really to help our talent not only build the capability, but also build confidence, build that visibility, and have their voices heard, just to bring that diversity and, well, the right decisions to the decision-making forums for that. So we really aim to be a bridge, and a bridge between, the strategy, the operations, the bridge between technology and people, but also between established leaders as well as and the new generation, right? Just to shape this industry. So if there is one thing we want to do well, it's really making sure that the diverse talent is in the driving seat of the change of this industry, of the transformation. So think of us as a future readiness platform.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Well, diving right in, Tarek, if I could direct the first question to you. Now, the rise of GenAI is described as rewriting the future of resources. In what specific ways do you anticipate this technology will fundamentally reshape the core strategies, talent requirements, and the long-term risk models within natural resources over the next sort of 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, great question, Ben. Look, I just want to start by saying, look, we're right in the middle of an early trend. We're 2 to 3 years into it. So that's the starting point. But that said, I think it's really important to recognize the next three to 5 years where exactly that rewriting happens. So Gen AI has that ability to transform in terms of cost and real-time data, making it significantly more accessible and driving transparency. So this could have quite a profound impact. When we think about it, the core raison d'etre for many trading companies is ultimately potentially under challenge here because they thrive on information and time arbitrages. More broadly speaking, though, in the mining sector, I think in the area that I cover, specifically in commercial, you can see AI playing a really important augmenting or supplementary role, helping to drive better productivity as we move from experimentation to adoption. Specific areas where I'd call it out is where it's being deployed, and we can see it real time, is in procurement, in pricing, in scheduling, and then in contract analysis. Strategically, we'll see Gen AI move trading and resources companies from optimization-led models to decision augmentation models. Now, from a talent perspective, the biggest shift is now, it's not just fewer jobs, but it's different jobs. This is how we think about it. We'll need people who can frame the right commercial questions, understand model limitations, and combine domain expertise and AI fluency. So that the premium will really be on judgment, system thinking, and ethical decision making. So over the next 3 to 5 years, the strongest organizations won't be just those that automate fastest, but those that govern AI wisely. So embedding controls, accountability, and human oversight directly into trading and operational windows is what we're looking for. Operational workflows is what we're looking at.
Excellent, thank you. Next, take the next question to Judy, but would also be interested to get your thoughts on it, Tarek. Looking at the workshop that you'll be doing at Commodity Trading Week APAC, the workshop Prompted. Now, this highlights the often hidden journey of a prompt, from electrons to the critical minerals that build data centers. What is the most significant physical resource challenge or energy demand WIMAR sees GenAI placing on the mining and resources sector? And how must the industry manage this really critical paradox?
Sorry, do you want to get us started?
Sure, actually, yeah. So one of the reasons we created Prompted, this workshop, that is because GenAI is often treated as something quite abstract or weightless, when in reality it's deeply physical. Every prompt drives demand for power, water, copper, critical minerals through their data centers. That's the paradox. AI promises efficiency while accelerating resource intensity. And the most significant challenge we're seeing is the concentration of energy and critical minerals demand driven by data centers. power, cooling, copper, rare earths, all of these are increasingly going to be in demand.
Okay, so I think when you think of those, the paradox, how to manage it, right? Maybe let me just, on the top of my head, think of three things. So I would say first thing, transparency. It's really understanding and disclosing the real footprints of the digital infrastructure that is behind GenAI. And I would think also smarter demand, not only more supply, right? So it's really how do we have more efficient models, shared infrastructure potentially, definitely more responsible use cases. So quite some thinking there. And I think it's all coming together. That is the most important, so really that integrated thinking. So it's no longer separately ESG strategy, separately energy strategy, separately the digital strategy. It's really about all of it coming together, right? So I think in that sense, the resources industry is uniquely positioned to really not only be a supplier, but the system integrator between the energy, the technology, and then the materials.
Excellent, thank you. Lisa, now as this technological shift accelerates, WIMAR's mission of diversity and professional development really becomes critical. What are the key cultural or skill set hurdles trading and resource companies face when adopting GenAI? And what strategies is WIMAR employing to ensure diverse talent is not only trained, but really positioned for leadership in this new era?
Yeah, great question, Ben. And you know, just building, I think, on what Tariq and Judy said, I think the hardest part of GenAI adoption is actually not the technology itself. It's really the cultural shift and mindset of our people, regardless of whether they're in leadership or individual contributor roles. It impacts everybody. And I really loved what Tariq said before about, you know, GenAI is often seen as abstract and weightless, but it carries gravity. It carries gravity physically, but also really in a cultural way as well. And we've seen probably three hurdles in that space, and one being fear around individuals feeling like they'll become irrelevant, like AI will take their jobs, as dramatic as that sounds. I think that's a real credible concern. The other is around over-reliance on tools, such that almost it doesn't become a thought partner, it becomes the thinker. I think there is an element of concern around that, and certainly you see it from leaders, but also individuals themselves. And then the other one is really around uneven access, or, you know, poorly distributed available access to learning these new skills around harnessing generative AI. It is not equally accessible everywhere, and that's a deep concern, and particularly around diversity gaps. And I feel like WIMAR is really positioned at the heart of addressing those, particularly as, you know, as a community. And I love what Judy said before around WIMAR being a future readiness platform. This is exactly the calling for it in the moment, like something like this with a disruptive technology like generative AI. I think practical literacy straight away is a place where we are able to bring people together of any diversities to come together and understand what can it do, what can it not do from a generative AI point of view. Building confidence, especially for underrepresented talent and women already in industries where there is perhaps lower participation rates. It's something where they need to be called forth and have a sense of entitlement to engage. And the other one's around visibility and role modeling. You know, whether it's showcasing diverse leaders, different approaches and different thought around how to harness generative AI, and importantly, giving our early in career, mid-career, and those that are returning back the opportunity to engage and align to mentors. That is, you know, the epitome of what WIMAR is about. And importantly, I think at moments like this, when you've got a disruptive technology, that is the kind of community you need to have around you. Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. Well, I suppose finally, looking at our shared journey, Lisa and Tarek, WIMAR has partnered with Commodity Trading Week APAC. Time flies quickly. It's been coming to its third year now, and you know, it's culminating in this year's high-profile workshop. Looking ahead, how do you see WIMAR's collaboration with this specific event evolving to drive conversations around technology? And really, what's the key takeaway that you hope participants get from your presence this year?
Okay, maybe I'll start. So look, I think you're right, Ben. I think our relationship actually has evolved very naturally. It's over the last 3 years. It's grown phenomenally well from a conversation initially focused around innovation and diversity to one that's now focused around capability building, to technology as a strategic force. So I think that has been great to see. I think how I see it evolving naturally going forward, it's going to be less about showcasing industry innovation and more around challenging some of the key assumptions, creating a space to debate with natural resources professionals who are, you know, highly specialized, as well as technologists and general leaders, like we say. That's the beauty of I think our relationship. Lisa, anything to add?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, unlike my veteran colleagues here on this chat, I turned up last year. We have seen this conversation evolve from potentially 30 people in the room to nearly 130, 140 odd people filling a room, very curious about kind of the conversations that we can have with Commodities Trading Week APAC. And I think the prompted seminar is a really good example of that shift and how it really connects into the digital space, as Judy and Tarek have been talking about. That physical and human dimension just collapsing in with generative AI in a way that's highly relevant to this audience. And when I think about perhaps the key takeaways that we want to have for this group, I think GenAI not being technology for technology's sake, it is all about leadership. It's about risk and responsible use and decision making. And that organizations really need to think about, in order to get that right, they need to combine innovation with inclusion and diverse thought. And I think that together with governance, but also the smarts and productivity of technology and human judgment, that's the perfect match. And I think we all need to continue to progress that conversation forward, and not just this year, but in the years to come. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Lisa, Judy, Tarek, many thanks. It's always a pleasure to speak with you and the team. That electrons to minerals perspective is really exactly the kind of deep systemic thinking that we need as we navigate the next few years. I'm personally incredibly excited for the prompted workshop, and I know that our attendees will find it one of the highlights of the week. So to our listeners, thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing many of you in person in Singapore next month. So until next time, wishing you all the best. Thank you panel, and thank you listeners. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you.